We're staying at all 3 hotels at Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas.
That's right, all the way from the budget-friendly
What is this, the Stone Age?
to AAA 5 Diamond.
This is the best service, period.
On this recess, we'll explore this South Seas-inspired resort, from the pools to the rooms and even the sharks.
Nerd alert.
Each hotel has something special, or do they?
Are great things coming, W? Are they?
Subscribe to our channel for more videos and join our YouTube memberships for extra perks.
I almost think it's kind of nicer. Spoiler alert.
Now, let's get this hotel showdown started.
You know what time it is. It's recess time.
We made it to the W Hotel, formerly the Delano Hotel, formerly the hotel at Mandalay Bay. Let's take you inside and show you around. It's gonna be really quick because there's not a lot to this hotel, but there's more than meets the eye here for sure. All right, right before you get into the lobby of the W Las Vegas, you're greeted with these 2 giant boulders, and these are actual real boulders. I don't know how they got these in here because these look extremely heavy. Watch them be like movie sets or something and they're not heavy at all. Anyway, they were here when we stayed at the Delano many, many moons ago, so it's nice that they kept them. And it kind of gets you ready for the aesthetic of the whole hotel because you're gonna see a lot of these like natural browns and light browns all throughout. The W is a non-smoking property, which is really nice to not have that cigarette smoke everywhere that you normally get when you step into a casino. And also there's no casino in this hotel. So this is just a hotel. All right, so Ben and I were curious if the W had its own pool. Now, when we stayed here, when this was the Delano, and even back before then when it was the hotel, I thought there was a pool. And so, according to the sign even, there's still a pool deck, the wet deck. But I just asked the registration desk and they said there's no pool here. So maybe they just closed it down. Everyone uses the one over at Mandalay Bay, that giant 11-acre pool complex. So if you're coming to stay here at the W, just know there's no pool. Even though there's a sign here that points you in the direction of a supposed pool, there's no pool here. You gotta use the one over at Mandalay. All right, according to this sign, great things are coming, but are they? Because we feel like this sign has been here for quite some time. And right next to the sign, in this relatively empty hallway, is an empty restaurant. Now, every time we've been here, this place has never been open and it's just barren now. So are great things coming, W? Are they?
All right, as you can see, there's really not much going on here at the W, but there is direct access to Mandalay Bay where you can find more restaurants and of course the casino and I guess the pool.
So while we wait for our room to be ready, we decided to come check out the Mandalay Bay Beach Pool Complex. Now, this is widely regarded as one of the best pools in Las Vegas. It's 11 acres. It includes a lazy river, a wave pool, a sandy beach, 2 pools, a hot tub. It's huge, it's massive, it has everything. So we're gonna go check it out. I don't know if everything's open because it's not technically pool season, so we're gonna go see what we can get into. But we've never been to this pool, believe it or not, and we're really excited. Well, as I was suspecting, the actual beach is closed for the season, but I think the pool is still open, so let's go check it out. I have never been to this part of the pool before, and it's massive. The wave pool is huge. Like, it's as big as the ones that you see in water parks. And they have a nice sandy beach here with tons of lounge chairs. So if you want that like real beach vibe, and you want to come dip your toes in the sand and then go play in the wave pool, definitely come check out Mandalay Bay when the wave pool is open. It's not open right now. And of course, who doesn't love a lazy river, you know, floating around the lazy river with your drink? This does seem to be the most family-friendly pool that we've seen so far in Las Vegas, because it has a wave pool and a lazy river and regular pools for lounging and day clubs. It's just got it all. The lazy river is open. I thought it was closed because the wave pool is closed, but the lazy river is open. Ben and I might have to go get our swim trunks on and come down here and chill in the lazy river because we're suckers for a lazy river. I will say this, we've done the lazy river at MGM Grand and I think that one's a little bit larger than this one is at Mandalay Bay. This one doesn't seem to be that large, but there's a couple waterfalls. It looks really fun. And I think the water is nice and warm, so Abed, what do you think? Should we come back and do the lazy river?
All right, I am so hyped to stay here at the Mandalay Bay complex. Now we're still waiting for our room at the W, but we just wanted to explore the grounds real quick while we wait for our room. And like Chris said, we didn't bring our swim stuff, but hopefully we can find something that's not too expensive. I think there's a Ross on the strip. certainly we can find something because I kind of want to go do that lazy river. Well, that was fast. We walked around. After we checked in here at the W, there's really not much going on. Think of like a slightly upscale Marriott. So you've got yourself your standard coffee bar. There's a bar behind me. I think it's called Franklin. Lots of lounge spaces, lots of places where you could work, maybe even take a work call, who knows? I mean, there are a lot of conventions out here and there's just not much going on. So other than maybe a little bit of relaxing, taking a call, watching a few sports, or maybe even grabbing a martini, which who knows, we might do later. But like we said, just down the hall, there's an entire casino.
All right, where are we? The Carnival Jubilee? This elevator is so small. Look, I can't even like spread my arms out. What the heck is this? This is the tiniest elevator I've seen in a Las Vegas hotel before.
Wow, okay. All right, I'm not mad at this view. They said strip view, even though we've got the dirty pyramid, I'm not mad at it. Okay, we have entered our room here at the hotel. I'm sorry, at the Delano. I keep getting so confused, sorry. This hotel has an identity crisis. It is now the W. We're gonna get settled in. Anytime we do one of these, we like to actually live in the room before we say anything about it. So you will see a room tour, you will see everything. But for now, we're gonna get settled in. We're a little hungry. We need to find something to eat. We need to explore more of the W, or at least the Mandalay Bay complex. All right, y'all saw there wasn't really much at the W, and we wanted to kind of explore and get something tasty to eat. So behind me is Mandalay Place. It's like their little shopping complex, their mall. And we know there's some restaurants in there. I'm sure we'll find something. Let's go and see what we find.
So we made our way to RiRa inside Mandalay Place, which is a traditional Irish pub. And how traditional, might you ask? So the bar was flown in from Ireland, and all the wood and stuff that they used to construct it is from Ireland as well. So it's very authentic, and we hear they have some pretty good Irish fare, so let's go eat, we're hungry. Okay, so we're seated here at RiRa. This place is massive. Honestly, it's huge. And our hostess actually told us there's more to it. There's private rooms that we haven't seen. So it's very deceiving from the outside. You think it's gonna be like a small bar, but it just kept going and we just kept going. And now we're in this huge back room. But I had to start out with some traditional Irish whiskey. I got Tullamore Dew. Yes, it's noon and I'm drinking. So what? Their menu is full of traditional Irish fare and some twists on some classics. Our server recommended the fish and chips, but we decided against that. We're gonna get some stuff to share, but yeah, so far so good. Obviously, it's not super duper busy in here, which is nice because we can actually hear ourselves talk to one another. If you're looking for a traditional Irish pub here in Las Vegas, RiRa definitely has you covered so far from what we've seen.
Look, Jeff, you'd be proud. I'm starting not with a martini, I'm starting with an old fashioned. Gotta love it. And probably should have done Guinness, like we are bad boys. Now we are here with a friend who did get the Guinness. Comment down below, have you heard about splitting the G? Chris is apparently teaching us all so much. I had no idea that was a thing. And if you do know, comment down below. Like, did you know? We're sitting here like, what are we gonna do with this? But anyway, this is their old fashioned. I've already had a few sips. It's really good. I would give this a 5 out of 5 with respect to old fashions. Sometimes they're too sweet, not balanced, but I'm impressed. I'm impressed so far. And we got some snacks coming. We're really excited. Like Chris said, this place is gorgeous. It's massive, but cheers, y'all. Or how they say, slanche? Apologies if I mispronounced that.
All right, I'm stealing our buddy's Guinness just to demonstrate here, but as you can see on the pint glass, you have the Guinness logo, the G here. The goal of taking your first sip is to have the line of the beer split the G. So when you take your first sip, you drink enough to like split it. Apparently it's just like a fun little game you play, but clearly we were unsuccessful on the first attempt here, but that's fine. It just means you have to order another one and try again. All right, so we have ketchup here. We also have malt vinegar. So if you've ever had fish and chips, you know malt vinegar is the preferred condiment. Argue with your mama about that. Malt vinegar is awesome. But we also got a side of curry sauce to go with our chips. And with all these condiments, which one do you prefer with chips? Comment down below. The curry is really good, like 5 out of 5, that's amazing. But I do like malt vinegar. I know it's very polarizing. Some people hate it, but I enjoy it. Okay, so we finished up at RiRa Irish Pub here inside Mandalay Place, and we had a really great time. Our server was amazing. It wasn't super crowded in there. Honestly, I was kind of surprised how dead it was for being a Saturday around lunchtime. But we had some drinks, got to hang out with our friend, and the food was really, really good. I will say, I was kind of surprised. I was going in with the expectations of it just being like okay pub food, but the quality was really, really good on everything that we had. Everything had really great flavor, came out fresh. So highly recommend if you like Irish food, if you like that whole Irish pub experience, definitely come check out RiRa. We might have to come make this a staple when we're down here on the south side of the strip because I really enjoyed it.
I agree with Chris. RiRa was really great. I think it's definitely going to be certainly added to the rotation. We do so much when we're in Las Vegas. It's hard to do, like, to have a repeat, but for a place to really stand out, especially in a city like this that has so much going on, I think that speaks volumes. But we have decided that we're going to take a little break. We'll catch up with you all in a second, but there's still so much to explore here at the Mandalay Bay Complex W. Trying to plan our next recess. Where should we go? Comment down below. While we're at it, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, do all the YouTube things. It really helps our channel out. You don't want to miss our next recess. Oh my gosh, y'all, it is freezing. Remember, the W in the W stands for winter because it is so cold. It is so noticeable the moment you cross this threshold between Mandalay and here. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we are about to Skyfall. All right, so here at the W, Skyfall is the premier bar and lounge. It is up on the 64th floor, so we're really excited. The elevator is on the outside of the building. I'm really excited. Chris is a little nervous about that, but the views go on for days, days, days. We're really, really happy to be able to do this. This is actually our first time. We've seen it online. You know we're the Martini Boys, and you know we got to get a drink up on the 64th floor.
It's glass, and so you're just looking out as you go up. 64 floors. Anyway, I might just have to close my eyes because I'm not good with heights, but we'll see. Abed's very excited. But my question is, how much is that martini that's as big as the Luxor? Yeah, the outside.
Oh, when you get up here. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Oh, cool.
Yeah, the elevator's on the outside of the building. That's kind of crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty high up. All right, so we made it to Skyfall. All right, the elevator ride wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was still bad. That's kind of scary, but the view is awesome.
Look behind me, you can see this amazing view. We're just gonna get ourselves some cocktails and just enjoy the night.
All right, this is really nice. You know, it's not too stuffy in here. It's actually pretty laid back and casual. The views are stunning. Like the views of the strip, maybe the best of any rooftop I've been to. And we ordered some delicious cocktails, hopefully. So we'll let you know how those are. But first impressions, I'm really digging it up here. Okay, so for my drink, I got the Sonoran Sky, which is a mezcal cocktail. And it has like hot honey in it. Ooh, and it smells so good. All right, cheers. Normally, I'm not a huge mezcal fan. I do like it, but sometimes it can be really overpowering because of how smoky it is. This is really subtle. And honestly, the hot honey balances it out. This is amazing. I bet you would actually really enjoy this cocktail. 5 out of 5. This is amazing.
I don't even remember what I got, y'all. Okay, Chris just told me. I got the mixed origins, and I promise this is my first drink. You know, the W so far has been an okay experience. We'll talk about it more in the morning. Super cold, I already mentioned that. I don't know, this is what the hotel honestly has been missing. It's been up here the entire time. Opens at 5 o'clock. I don't know how to describe that other than it tastes like a snow cone, like an orange snow cone. This is really good. Craft cocktails, and they're about $22 to $25 each. There's so many different kinds on the menu. They vary from your vodka base. This is rum. Chris got, I think, gin, or no, he got tequila. So they've got something for everybody. Obviously, the bartenders are experienced. I've seen them make all sorts of drinks, even stuff that's not on the menu, but cheers. This is really good. I'm having a blast.
Okay, and of course, the main reason you come to Skyfall on the 64th floor of the W Las Vegas is to enjoy these breathtaking views. These views are straight down the Las Vegas Strip from the south end, and you basically get to see the entire strip. It's gorgeous. Definitely worth the elevator ride up here. There's a beautiful patio outdoors for you to enjoy the view. You can even reserve tables out here for you to enjoy some cocktails and enjoy the view. So definitely the highlight of Skyfall is the view. And when you're at the W Las Vegas, you got to come up here and see it for yourself.
You ready for this?
Hang on for dear life.
We're the only ones in here. Oh, I'm telling you, the view. Honestly, the view from the elevator would be worth it. This is nice.
It's a pretty cool elevator ride. That's cool that the elevator's on the outside of the room.
Right? I mean, there's North Strip. We're all the way down south at the Mandalay Bay. Okay. How do you feel now that you've been in the elevator?
Better. Not as bad. It's fast, so there's that.
True. My ears are popping. 64 floors.
It's a fast elevator.
Yeah, look at that. We're already back.
All right. Well, I'm glad we went. We had been wanting to come here for a while. All right, we made it back down from Skyfall. That was a great way to end the night with some cocktails and beautiful views of the Las Vegas Strip. We're gonna head back into our room and we'll see you guys in the morning.
The next morning.
Good morning, everybody. It is the next morning here at the W, and we got to give you our thoughts on the room before we move on to our next hotel inside Mandalay Bay. Now, we had a great night's sleep. They actually gave us 2 queen beds. We asked for 1 king bed, but you know what? It's kind of just based on availability. And Abed and I got to starfish in our own bed. So sometimes that's nice, right? You get to spread out. But the beds here are really comfortable. I have to say, both of us got a great night's sleep.
The view is actually pretty decent here at the W, despite the dirty pyramid. And at night, it's actually pretty neat.
So here at the W Hotel, it is an all-suite hotel, which means that every room has a separated living and sleeping area, which is really nice. You know, I can be in here working or watching TV if a bed's in there sleeping, vice versa. So if you value a lot of space, the W might be for you. Now, if you want like modern amenities, if you want technology inside your room, the W is not for you.
What is this, the Stone Age? I have to manually open and close the curtains?
While there is a lot of space and the room is objectively nice, it's not high tech by any means. There's no like automatic drapes and curtain controls. There's no iPad to control the temperature or anything like that. It is pretty bare bones. And honestly, the design aesthetic gives me kind of like late 90s, early 2000s vibes. It's clean, it's nice, but it's not modern whatsoever. And you can definitely tell the furniture inside the room has seen better days. It's a little bit dated.
Yeah, and the amenities are actually pretty decent. Even though Chris and I were sharing this room, there's plenty of space for everyone. In fact, there's 2 bathrooms. There's a full-size bathroom, 2 sinks, a tub, stand-up shower, and of course a bathroom plus a half bath.
And to be honest with you, I think that the rooms could do with maybe a makeover. So maybe they're gonna do that later on, I don't know. Like, it's nice, especially for the price that you pay. I think this room cost us about $300 for the weekend, which isn't a horrible nightly rate, but up to you if you think that's worth it or not. If you're spending $300 and you want like a technology-filled room with all the bells and whistles, you're not gonna find it here. But if you just want like a huge room that has lots of space, gets the job done, and is pretty nice and a little bit upgraded, then maybe think about the W. But we have 2 more hotels to stay at. Let's get to Mandalay Bay. Abed and I are waiting for our room here at the Mandalay Bay, and while we waited, we decided to walk around the grounds a little bit, and it is so beautiful. Mandalay Bay is very South Seas inspired. It has that sort of aesthetic. You're gonna feel like you're in a little bit of a lost temple in certain areas, which we really enjoyed. They did a great job with the level of theming here at this resort. Mandalay Bay is located on the far south side of the strip, right next to the Luxor. It's basically the last major hotel casino resort before you get to the Las Vegas side. So it kind of starts the Las Vegas Strip from the south side. It has 3,200 rooms and suites. This is a 120-acre complex. It's massive, and we're excited because there's actually 3 hotels within this complex. You've already seen the W, you're about to see Mandalay Bay. We're gonna take you to the 3rd one, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. It's a little bit of a hidden one too if you don't know about it. We didn't know about it for the longest time until someone told us it was here, and I think it's hidden for a reason, but you're gonna see why. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. We're enjoying the weather and just walking around these beautiful grounds. All right, we're back in the room. We just got our text message that our room at Mandalay Bay is ready. So let's go get our Mandalay Bay room.
And just like that, we are done with the W, which means winter, y'all. This place is so cold and it is noticeable. The moment you cross the threshold around the Michael Jackson 1, MJ1 theater, and you get into this hallway, you will feel it. It drops like, 20 degrees or something ridiculous, but really excited to head over to Mandalay Bay and see what that room is like.
All right, pretty seamless. We are into the room. I have to give it up to Mandalay Bay's service. It is still pretty early in the morning, and when we got to the registration desk, there was somebody manning the digital kiosks. So shout out to Daniel. He was actually helping people get their key cards and use the digital check-in, because sometimes that can be a little bit confusing. For instance, like for us, we got an email that our room was ready, but it wasn't ready, but we had an email with the room number. So he was really great about talking to his supervisor. They got us another room, and super seamless. He helped us get our keys. So shout out Daniel, the service at Mandalay. Really good so far. We're gonna go explore the property a little bit. There are some really cool things to do here at Mandalay Bay that we wanna show you. And of course, we'll talk about the room later, but our initial impressions are that it's really nice. We've never stayed in a standard room here, and for the price that we paid for this room, which was like about half of what we paid at the W, I almost think it's kind of nicer. Spoiler alert, we'll definitely show you, but yeah, of course we gotta live in it a little bit.
Ooh, Border Grill, maybe we should eat there later.
I don't know, hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know, inside Mandalay Bay, they have an aquarium. It's actually really big. We've done it before, but we're gonna take you through it again because it's been forever since we've done it, and it's super fun. They have a shark tunnel and tons of fish to see. So, without further ado, let's go visit the Shark Reef Aquarium. So if you're wondering about prices for the Shark Reef Aquarium, they're $29 per person for adults, but look behind me. This is the level of theming that you see right as you come in. The theming in this aquarium is really, really good. It's almost mimicking like a sunken city, a lost city. There's definitely a cool part with the larger aquarium where it feels like you're in a ship. So can't wait to show you that. But yeah, I'm excited. This Shark Reef Aquarium is celebrating 25 years here at Mandalay Bay, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's been here for that long. But that just goes to show you how popular of an attraction it is. And it's really cool because it teaches about conservation and all of that as well. It's a legitimate aquarium, you guys. So let's go check it out.
Y'all, they have a Komodo dragon. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's a small one. Yeah, you know, if they bite you, their saliva is super filled with bacteria, and that's what like kills you. And then you don't die instantly. They actually will just follow you around until you die, and then they eat you.
Yeah, that's a pass for me. Those things scare me. What we got over here? Yeah, the theming in here is really nice. It's been what, at least 15 years since we've been in here?
It's been forever, yeah.
Okay, Chris, aren't you gonna touch the stingrays? You could touch them here.
I've touched many a stingray before. I know what they feel like. I don't feel like getting my hands wet.
Are you sure? They're babies.
I know.
Hey, Chris, you hungry? Lionfish?
Lionfish are an invasive species.
They're ugly.
And they're super poisonous too.
And you wanted me to try it in Japan.
I wanted you to try pufferfish, not lionfish.
Okay. What's the difference?
Pufferfish are way more poisonous. This is really cool. They have a part of the aquarium that's themed like a sunken ship. And when you go into it, giant floor-to-ceiling windows that look into the shipwreck, and there's sharks everywhere and all different kinds. There's turtles. This is so cool. Definitely the focal point of the aquarium, I think. This is neat. Okay, if you love fish, if you love sharks, if you love aquarium experiences, you have to come to Shark Reef Aquarium here inside Mandalay Bay. It is so much fun. It's not super duper long. It probably takes around 30 to 45 minutes, and that's taking your time and like reading everything. It's a self-guided tour. They have placards everywhere to tell you what you're looking at and some facts about the aquarium and the fish and sharks. And if you catch it at the right time, you can see feedings and things like that. So one thing to note is it is very popular. If you come during the weekday, you might encounter some school groups, things like that. So maybe come at off-peak times if you want to take your time and go through with less crowds, but it's really fun. Very well themed, especially for a Las Vegas Strip aquarium. Honestly, it's pretty surprising how well themed it is. And the variety of sharks they have, They have so many different kinds of sharks. You're gonna love it if you love sharks. We had a great time. Definitely come check it out at Mandalay Bay. It's one of the more well-known things here to do at the hotel and casino, especially if you want a more family-friendly activity. Come see the sharks. Come hang out with them. They need friends too.
Okay, when we first got to the Mandalay Bay Resort, we were waiting for our room at the W. We took y'all along, we were exploring, and the pool grounds just looked so nice. So we went out, we went to Ross, shout out Ross, on the strip, and got ourselves some swimwear. So I think it's time that we go and play in that lazy river or just go explore. We weren't expecting to have a desire. It's November to go into the pool, but when we walked around and explored on our first day, we just knew we had to make it happen. And here we are, and we're about to go. I'm so excited. All right, y'all, pool day's been great. Side note, looks like the lazy river is only open on the weekends, which kind of sucks because we didn't get our clothes in time, to be able to enjoy that. We're just gonna have to come back, but the pool's been great. Just enjoying our day here at Mandalay Bay. I mean, I'm not mad.
All right, we've had a great time here at the pool. I don't think this water's heated. It is a little chilly, but definitely not unbearable. Obviously, there's tons of other people here in the pool, but unfortunate we didn't get to do the lazy river because that was only on the weekends during the off season, but that just gives us a reason to come back because I want to do that wave pool too. But the fact that they still have these two pools open on the Mandalay Bay side is a great amenity to have during the off season. Other hotels and casinos don't even have their pools open, so it's cool that Mandalay Bay does, and I think it's year round. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but at least it's open in November. Okay, so Abed and I are hungry and it's dinner time here at Mandalay Bay. And if you're looking for some good food options, Mandalay Bay definitely has you covered. There are so many places to eat here, from more casual spots like House of Blues or Citizens, or even Libertine Social Gastropub, to the more high-end spots like Michael Mina's Strip Steak, or his new place, Orla, right behind me. There are so many different places to eat here at Mandalay Bay, covering all different types of cuisines. But we're not eating at any of those places tonight. We decided to come eat at Border Grill, which is a Mexican restaurant here, located right by the Shark Reef Aquarium inside Mandalay Bay. If you've heard Border Grill before, you've probably associated it with their weekend all-you-can-eat brunch, but we're not here for brunch, we're here for dinner, and we're gonna show you some of the dinner items. Maybe some enchiladas, maybe some chips and salsas and guacamoles, who knows? Maybe a quesadilla, I don't know. But we're gonna go inside and find out. I'm a little hungry and I'm glad we're getting Mexican food. It's a little different. We haven't really had Mexican out here in Las Vegas. All right, so we're seated here at Border Grill. It's kind of busy. I guess they have a lot of reservations tonight, but we did get a table, a high top table at the bar, walk in, so lucky us. And this looks to be more of like a traditional Mexican food restaurant. Abed and I are Texas boys, so we're used to Tex-Mex. So excited to see a little bit more of a traditional flair on a Mexican food menu. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Those enchiladas are calling my name though, and they have so many different types. So I'm gonna have to scour the menu and see what I want. But in the meantime, we did order some appetizers. We got some chips and salsa. We got a trio of salsas here, homemade salsas and guacamole. So that looks amazing.
Did you come to Border Grill or any Mexican restaurant and not get a margarita? I got their Blanco margarita. Pretty basic, but the flavor's there. It's got the right amount of lime. It's not super sweet. Like, this is definitely something made in-house. Thoroughly enjoying it. Is it as good as Husong's? No, not quite. But let's talk about this for a second. So we got the guac and the salsa trio. All of this is so good. As someone who can't handle spice, everything here is like pretty mild, but really flavorful. I'm really happy about this. I will say the chips are the right texture. You know when they're like too thin or too thick becomes a problem? I'd say these are borderline too thick, but I'm enjoying it. It really holds the guac. That means if you're gonna dip it in anything, even in like some refried beans, it's gonna hold up. It's gonna be able to handle it. 5 out of 5, so good.
I agree with Abed. Everything is pretty mild, especially the salsas. Nothing's like crazy spicy. We got the salsa trio. It comes with a tomatillo, chile de árbol, and a smoked chipotle. But if you like more of a kick to your salsas, they do have ghost pepper Diablo salsa, and they also have habanero salsa. So we didn't order those because obviously I would be the only one eating that. But if you want something a little bit more spicy, they do have that on the menu.
All right, dinner was great. Border Grill was really wonderful. I have to say that when it comes to anything that's not Tex-Mex, that isn't covered in cheese, it takes me a while to like open up to it. And so this is not Tex-Mex, but it is so good. This is a place that I would come back again. So flavorful, so delicious. The staff was absolutely wonderful. Border Grill for the win tonight. I gotta say, I highly recommend the smoked prime rib tacos, which is what I ordered. Everything about these was just perfect. Even though there's only one corn tortilla, it was thick enough to hold everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need 2 corn tortillas because it's not strong enough to hold the filling. This was perfect. It wasn't too thick. It was definitely homemade. And that smoked prime rib, that prime beef was so, so good. Squeeze a little lime and you have a winning dinner.
I have to agree with the bed. I really liked Border Grill a lot. I had the enchilada trio, and these aren't like your typical enchiladas, especially if you're used to like Tex-Mex cuisine. These aren't layered in yellow cheese and meat sauce. So I got the enchilada trio, which came with 3 different types of enchiladas: beef short rib and seafood and chicken. So all 3 of them were delicious. The flavors were so clean, so fresh. I'll be honest, when I got my plate, I was like, oh, that's not a lot of food, but I am full. It filled me up. Just everything here, the quality was so good. And again, like I said in the beginning, this restaurant really focuses on sustainability. So they use freshest ingredients, which we really, really appreciate. Do yourself a favor, get to Border Grill. I really want to come back and try the all-you-can-eat brunch, because then I think you can try a lot of different stuff, but I don't know. I don't know how much I could eat nowadays, but maybe it might be lost on us. But we might have to come back and try it, because all of our friends here in Vegas have tried that brunch and they love it. So we might have to come do that, because Border Grill is definitely going to be on our repeat list here at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas.
What a day we've had here at Mandalay. Dinner was great. We still have another hotel. Can y'all believe that? 3 hotels in one, and we're doing it here on Random Recess. Now, we're gonna go to bed. In the morning, we'll give you our thoughts on our room at Mandalay Bay, fill you in on that as we head on to our 3rd hotel, the Four Seasons. All right, y'all, we are getting ready to check out of our Mandalay Bay room. 2 hotels out of 3 down. Let's talk about it real quick. So we got the standard king room here at Mandalay Bay, and I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised that I liked this, and so did Chris, more than the W Hotel. The W stands for winter. It is cold over there. There's really not much going on, and the room was just okay. But the room here at Mandalay Bay, again, just a basic room, was so comfortable. The bed was great, shower was great, the tub is fun.
I had to test it out. Yeah, I have my shoes on in the tub. Don't judge me.
And just overall, a really great experience in the room, very serviceable as well. If you're gonna work in a room like this, also very comfortable. There's a big desk. So I would actually recommend this. This is a Random Recess recommend. I was surprised by the Mandalay Bay room, and surprised that I actually preferred it over the W. Now, we're going to hotel number 3. That's right, we didn't realize there was a 3rd hotel here at the Mandalay Bay complex. Maybe you didn't either, comment down below. But we're about to go check in, take you along. Did we save the best for last?
Okay, so the lobby in the Four Seasons was a little bit busy, so we came outside to talk to you about the check-in experience. Check-in at the Four Seasons, what an experience. You can definitely tell the level of service is elevated to another level at the Four Seasons. If that's an indication of our stay here, then we are in for a treat. We got some complimentary check-in chocolates, you guys, some Four Seasons chocolates, and the registration agent was so welcoming, so accommodating. She walked us through literally every single detail of our check-in. We booked through American Express, so we got a few perks through our card, and she was really, really thorough in going over everything that we have access to. Because our room's not quite ready yet, she gave us a resort key that gets us into the spa, fitness center, and the pool. And yeah, just overall, they offer you a welcome water or a refresher drink if you want that upon check-in. And yeah, I have to say, just the service level is definitely noticeable here.
And if you're familiar with our channel, we've stayed at almost every resort here on the Las Vegas Strip, and that includes the Wynn Encore and some other high-end properties. And I will say this right now, this is the best service, period, that I've ever received.
All right, so while we wait for our room to be ready, we made it down here to Veranda at the Four Seasons for their weekend brunch buffet, breakfast brunch buffet. We're gonna show you everything that we get. It smells amazing, and Veranda's really nice because there's indoor seating and then patio seating right next to the pools. All right, so we're seated here inside Bourbon Steak. Veranda's going through a renovation right now, so they're operating out of Bourbon Steak for now, which is really nice. This is a really nice restaurant. This is the Michael Mina restaurant, but yeah, their breakfast buffet is being set up right now. It starts at 8, which is in a few minutes, so we're gonna wait. You don't have to get the buffet. It is a little bit pricey. It's $57, but we're at the Four Seasons. What do you expect? And the prices of buffets in Vegas are very expensive. You go to the Wynn, you go to the Caesar's Palace buffet, you're spending more than $57, trust me. All right, Abed and I have made our first passes through the buffet line, and I have to say, after eating our first plates, 5 out of 5 experience. It's really, really good. Everything we've eaten has a lot of flavor and is super duper fresh, and they're constantly refilling the buffet as well, so, you know, nothing is sitting out there for too long. Standouts for me, the peppered bacon, the fried chicken was some of the crispiest, juiciest fried chicken I've had. Not even just on a buffet, but just period. It was really surprising. It was really good. Of course, they have an omelet station. The seafood selections are good. They do have some dim sum options too. They had a bun, and they had some shrimp shumai, and the shrimp shumai packed with shrimp, delicious. You could taste the lemongrass in there. It was really awesome. So yeah, the selection is great. There's plenty of stuff to choose from, all walks of breakfast fare, and yeah, I'm impressed. And for $57, I feel like you're getting your money's worth. I know it is a little bit of a steep price point, but when you compare it to like the Wynn or Caesar's Palace Bacchanal buffet, which are easily twice that much, yeah, this buffet isn't as large, but I feel like everything that I've eaten here has been a hit. There hasn't been anything that, you know, I would pass up or I would say is a miss.
100% agree with Chris. This has been a great experience. The only thing that I didn't care for was like the soft scrambled eggs. Now I like my curds to be a little bigger. These were like really tiny, almost like cottage cheese, and I'm just out on that. If this is what we're gonna experience here at the Four Seasons, we're in for a treat.
All right, and just like that, we finished breakfast at Veranda. It was delicious, and our room is ready. What great timing. Let's go get it. The Four Seasons Hotel is located in the top floors of Mandalay Bay, so we're on 35, which I think is where the hotel starts. But yeah, so far this experience has been nothing short of really good. I think it's definitely earned its AAA 5 diamond rating so far, but let's see what the room's all about. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, oh my gosh, wow. Okay, so we're in the room, and let me give you our first impressions. At least for me, I'm very impressed with this. So this room is a little over 500 square feet. We have essentially the same view that we had at Mandalay Bay of Allegiant Stadium, which is fine. You can tell we're on the top floors of Mandalay Bay, so the views wherever you are gonna be pretty good. But yeah, I think Abed and I wanna get changed, head down to the Four Seasons pool, just see what it's all about. We saw it the other day when we were walking around. It's not very large, but I think it'll still be pretty nice. So we're gonna go check out that pool, and we'll catch up with you then. Okay, so we made our way down here to the Four Seasons pool. If you're wondering, the Four Seasons does have its own dedicated pool for hotel guests, but you can also use the larger Mandalay Bay pool complex if you so choose. One of the nice things about staying here on property. The Mandalay Bay pool is much, much larger. The Four Seasons pool is pretty small, but it's a much more intimate experience. There's a pool, there's a hot tub. They also have like sunscreen and stuff if you need it. They have some water. Definitely a little bit bougier of a pool experience, I think. The loungers are also like really padded, and there's tons of them out here. The vibe is definitely quiet, so if you're looking for a quiet pool escape, the Four Seasons, this pool might be for you. Definitely not as loud or boisterous as the other, more family-oriented pool at Mandalay Bay.
All right, we found the hot tub. It's really small, almost comically small, but then again, the Four Seasons is a small portion of this entire resort. We're gonna go in there right now, kind of enjoy the rest of our afternoon here in Las Vegas at the Four Seasons. But yeah, it is comically small. If you come out here, don't be shocked. Your eyes don't deceive you. How is it?
It feels really good.
Yeah? Ooh. Okay, okay. Ah. It's kind of deep, no? Okay, this is nice. One side is more bubbly than the other, but all right, even though it looks really small, I'm actually kind of impressed. Like, there's room here for, I don't know, how many people would you say?
Like a good 6 to 8.
Give or take, probably about 6 to 8 people total. But this is the life. Well, I don't know how long I'll be in here, but it's not like super cold today, but like highs in the mid 80s or so. But this is perfect. Okay, I know we talked about the chocolates that we received upon check-in, but we really didn't touch on them. We didn't open them. I just opened these, and Four Seasons, I might have to make this my default location just because of the chocolates. All right, let's do an unboxing. You need to see these chocolates. All right, our unboxing table. What do we think? All right, Four Seasons, it's a magnetic box, first of all. Come on. When was the last time your hotel gave you a magnetic box? Open it up and then remove the little plastic. Look at that. Just look at these. I'm telling you, I've never received truffles from a hotel, okay? And these are really pretty. All right, I know what y'all are thinking. Get a life, nerds. Nerd alert. But you know what? Whatever. Yeah, we need to get out more, because we're really impressed with chocolate. But this isn't just like some chocolate, y'all saw. This is like artisanal. Okay, which one do I want to try? There's no like guide. I'm used to my chocolates coming with a guide. What if I get the gross one? I wonder if they're all the same. Okay, no, I don't like that one. That looks like a macaron. Okay, I'm gonna go with the red, weird looking one, the one with like the blood spot on there. I think the color is code, because there's cherry filling inside. This is like a cherry cordial. Delightful. Chris, there's 3 more. Do you want one?
All right, surprise me a bit. I'm just gonna pick in and I'm gonna reach in and grab one. The audience knows which one I got, but I don't. All right.
Ooh, you got the Kako.
Ooh, it looks like doo-doo. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, okay. Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, all right. Okay.
And it was dusted with cocoa powder. Oh my God, that was good.
He likes it.
I love dark chocolate. That was really good.
You sure that green one?
There's a green one.
Take it. I don't want it anymore.
This is pistachio.
You think?
Key lime.
Dang.
Key lime. My God, that's good.
Okay, well, there's one more left, and it's this one right here. I'm gonna guess caramel. Whoa. Salted caramel, not caramel, salted caramel. That is good. All I know is I will come back just for the chocolate.
All right, so we're not going to Bourbon Steak, even though I tried to convince Abed to go to Bourbon Steak tonight, but it's just a little out of our price range for this trip. We might have to come back here and eat it at a future time, but we're going to somewhere a little bit more casual for a little early dinner. Like Abed said, we fly out at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed. You never know these days with the government shutdown and all that that's going on, so we'll see. But we wanted to eat something a little bit early so we can come back, enjoy the room for the rest of the night, pack, and get a good night's sleep. So let's head downstairs.
Yeah, I gotta say, after everything we've spent on all 3 rooms, a light dinner, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be inexpensive, because we are in Las Vegas at the Four Seasons, but it's gotta be cheaper than Bourbon Steak.
Way cheaper.
Well, we're about to find out. It is nice to have these express elevators.
And not have to stop at every single floor going down. It's so nice.
And yeah, I think we said it earlier, it's just floors 35 through 39.
Well, and the casino level and the lobby level, so 7 floors.
What is that? Oh, the F1 theme here.
Oh.
That's Mercedes, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of like F1 art around the Four Seasons. I don't know if like they are sponsors of F1. There's like displays of the drivers' outfits and helmets. They have some like artwork. They have a Pirelli tire sculpture. They have a bunch of like Lego figurines of F1 drivers displayed. It's interesting. I didn't realize that F1 and Four Seasons were so integrated, but I guess they are. Well, you can buy them for like $3,000 each. Yeah, $2,900 a bed.
Okay.
We can get one of those, right?
Yeah, we were complaining about prices at Bourbon Steak, and now suddenly we're gonna buy some piece of art for $2,900.
Something tells me that's a steal, okay? That's a steal.
Yeah, look at their outfits though. Uniforms. I didn't realize they're all, I mean, I knew they were tiny.
Yeah, the cars are really small, so I'm not going to be an F1 driver anytime soon.
Okay, they brought out Louis. Chris, you're gonna get me a shot of Louis the 13th?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
It's so expensive. Half an ounce is like $300 or something. That's crazy.
Hey Chris, look, it's a hidden Mickey.
Aha! Everywhere you look, you'll find them. Okay, so we've made our way downstairs to the Press Bar and Lounge. So Press has a coffee bar as well, where you can get like pastries and coffees in the morning or throughout the day. We also have a bar and lounge, which is literally right next to it, where starting at 3 p.m. they serve some small bites, entrees, and cocktails. So Ben and I weren't super duper hungry tonight, so we just wanted something to like kind of share a few appetizers and maybe an entree, and this sounded perfect. Actually a pretty good variety. This isn't just your average lobby bar by any means. All right, you didn't think we were coming to a lobby bar and lounge without getting cocktails, did you? Come on, it's our last night in Vegas. We had to get something. So I got the cherry old fashioned, and I already know this is gonna be good because they gave me 2 Luxardo cherries and a giant ice cube. So let's give it a taste. That is delicious. It's not super sweet. All right, initial thoughts on this drink. Very good, super well balanced. You can taste the bourbon, which sometimes in an old fashioned, I feel like bourbon can get lost in some of the sweetness. It also has a very strong cherry note, which is great because it's called the cherry old fashioned. So it needs to taste like cherry. Very, very good drink. Delicious. I would get this again for sure.
Like Chris said, come on now. We are the Martini Boys. Now we are opting not to do martinis. Remember, we had a lot of martinis our first night up at Skyfall, but I decided to get the orange marmalade, which is actually a margarita. Essentially, it's a margarita with orange marmalade. I don't know how that works, how sweet it's gonna be. Am I gonna get like a big chunk of marmalade, like jelly? I don't know. It just tastes like a margarita. I don't know if they forgot the marmalade in here. I'm not gonna ask. I don't send things back, but should I send this back? No, that's not me. Honestly, lime is a very strong flavor. It's probably like overtaking everything. I don't taste orange marmalade in here, and trust me, I'm an expert. Not the best margarita I've had, but serviceable for sure. All right, so our initial like appetizers, food have arrived. We got wings, and we got what they call the meze platter now. That is not a meze platter. They should just call it hummus. I'm not sure. It makes it seem like you're getting other things. They list everything separate. It's fine. It's not a big deal, but it is really good. So I approve. Chris is already diving into the wings. Those look really good. I gotta figure out if they're too spicy for me, so 1 second.
All right, yes, I already ate a wing. Those wings are delicious. The Korean chili sauce on it, that Korean garlic chili sauce on the wings is so good. Super savory, great flavor. I bet it's not super spicy. It's not spicy at all, actually. It tastes like, it's more soy forward, but with a nice garlicky hint. And I don't know why it says chili, because it's like no spice to it, but those are good. All right, I hope you guys didn't think that hummus and wings were our only dinner items. We also got a flatbread, so don't worry, we got more food. And this is the Diablo flatbread. It comes with spicy sopressata and maybe some Italian sausage, it looks like, mozzarella cheese. This looks really good. So a little pizza action to finish off the meal. All right, the sun is now setting here in Las Vegas, and dinner was really, really good here at Press. You know, sometimes I enjoy these smaller dinners where we just share a couple things, and it doesn't have to be such a big production. The service was fantastic here at Press. The drinks were good. The food was great. And yeah, Ben and I had a really laid back, awesome evening. This is our last night here in Vegas, so we just wanted to make sure that we enjoyed it. And it was fabulous. So you know what? We're gonna go back up to the room, enjoy our awesome room for one more night. Of course, we have to pack and probably go to bed early because we got to wake up at the butt crack of dawn. But we'll see you in the morning to give you our final thoughts of this whole Mandalay Bay experience and which hotel we like the best.
All right, it's early. Chris and I have to fly back home to Austin, and I just want to wrap things up real quick. Now, the Four Seasons, let's quickly talk about it. The room was probably the most beautiful room out of all three that we stayed at. Every aspect of the room gets a 5 out of 5, like perfect score all the way across, and super comfortable as well. Now, for the price point, obviously you're gonna pay a little more when you stay at the Four Seasons, but the level of luxury, the attention to detail, the service, you're not getting it anywhere else on the Strip that we've experienced. Comment down below if there's somewhere else we should go to experience this. I'm looking at you, Wynn Encore. Things have really dropped off the past few times that we've stayed there. Now, it's a smaller hotel. There aren't a lot of dining options, but you have access to Mandalay Bay. You have access to the pool, and of course the casino and all of the other restaurants from Mandalay Place to their food court.
I think what you get for what you pay for is really, really worth it. So if it's in your budget to spend that kind of money on a basic room at the Four Seasons, I would say splurge, treat yourself, do it. But if you can't afford it or don't want to spend that much money and you still want a really good experience, Mandalay Bay should be more than sufficient. There's just so much to do at Mandalay Bay between the pool, Michael Jackson 1, there's so many cool bars and restaurants. Of course, the casino is massive, tons of fun games to play there. It's close to Allegiant Stadium. You're right next to the Luxor and Excalibur if you want to go visit those properties. And overall, it's just a fun time. Final thoughts on our split stay here at all three hotels inside the Mandalay Bay complex. I kind of have to agree with the bet here. I'm gonna put them in order of the W at the bottom, Mandalay Bay right in the middle, and the Four Seasons at the top. I will say, the W was probably the most disappointing part of the trip. Like, we did pay a pretty penny for that room. It was a suite. And while the room had a lot of space, it just didn't feel as updated or modern as Mandalay Bay or the Four Seasons. It felt really dated. So hopefully maybe they'll go through a refurb. I don't know if they're gonna do that at the W, but one can hope. Plus there's just not a lot to do at the W itself. But overall, we do really enjoy Mandalay Bay as a complex. Mandalay Bay as a hotel has always been one of those really reliable spots for us to stay for a reasonable price. It's just a great time. So all in all, we really enjoyed our split stay here at all three hotels inside of Mandalay Bay. Come find out for yourself though, and comment down below if you stayed at all three of these hotels. What do you think? What's your favorite hotel? All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this recess. And as we always like to close out, make sure you live your life one recess at a time.